DiFluid that makes essentially coffee technology. And
Right.
yeah, I'm the
Yeah.
product manager for the app that we build.
Awesome. Yes, and it makes beautiful products, by the way. So anyone that's watching this video, go and check it out for your next roast. They got awesome gadgets and tech. So yeah, I'm a coffee fan myself. I won't even deny it. So yeah, but we actually kind of met in an interesting way in a sense, right? It was actually Sophie kind of discovered one of the YouTube videos, and we just started having an email exchange back and forth, and yeah, we ended up doing an account audit, identified some low-hanging fruit, and we kind of went from there, I guess, really. So with the work that we did, which was basically a full flow setup, some optimization in the sign up form, and then we also kind of rolled that into monthly management just in the nick of time before Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So overall, given where you guys were when we onboarded to where your Klaviyo account currently is now, what's been your experience so far, really working with Team Dynamx in your own words?
Okay, yeah. So basically, we had nothing to begin with. We were doing like some campaigns every once in a while. Like when we had an event or like a sale of some sort, we would send a campaign. But we didn't have any of the flows set up or any like knowledge on what best practices were or anything. And I think getting started was kind of it like in terms of deciding that we were going to hire somebody to help us with this and like finding who the correct person to work with was difficult until we talked to you. And it was
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, finally, someone who sounds like they're not just repeating all of the same things, like this is the formula. It was like, we're going to figure out what it is that you guys do and like what the best strategy is. And so we really felt comfortable moving forward. And initially, the plan was just get all the flows set up, and then we can handle the campaigns from there. But then
Yeah.
there's just so much outside of just writing the campaigns, and then also the fact that like you guys have good designers who can learn about the products and understand the best way to communicate it. Like the campaigns that you build are also really good, and so it's just like, you know what? We don't have to handle this at all. Just pass it all off to you. So we've been really enjoying the extra free time that we have, and are really excited about the increase in engagement.
Right, for sure. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? In terms of the automated flows, it's never quite a one size fits all model. Sure, there's some core flows that every e-commerce brand needs to have, such as welcome series, abandoned cart, browse, and so on. But there is part of the overall journey. And while we're doing the onboarding, there's a lot of data that, as you know, we're super keen to collect. And even if there's any kind of blanks that need to be filled, we'll do it by going out and doing a little bit of competitor analysis, looking at the brand, identifying the audience, trying to determine what's going to be the best marketing message that's likely going to resonate with them. And I feel honestly with DiFluid, like we're really still just getting started there. It's
Yeah.
effectively been a month in full that we have had the benefits of working together, in particular for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So based even on the data that's been generated there, when we go back in and reanalyze what actually got sent, what worked really well, it's going to unlock new abilities to create segments and personalize that customer journey even further. So one of the questions I remember after the setup, when we were kind of discussing the options around monthly management, you asked me, paraphrasing slightly, what kind of like what results could we basically expect? I said, well, it's a little bit unknown. I can guarantee you're going to get some results, but given the time of the year it is, and it's our first month, it's a little
Yeah.
bit tricky to say because of the touch points that might be needed. But I mean, from my point of view, I'm just in right now looking at the Klaviyo account without talking any dollar amounts. I can see a 358% performance increase over the previous 30 days. And just looking at some of the more recent campaigns, I'd say it's off to a pretty strong start, which I'm super happy with. I suspected that to be the case, but I wanted to kind of under-promise ever so slightly and hopefully over-deliver. So I think we might have achieved that.
You've definitely done that.
So no, that's really, really great to hear. And again, I honestly feel we're just really, really getting started. The flows, however, are showing really strong indicators of great performance, and they haven't all even really came online yet, such as the
Yeah.
post-purchase really, the win-backs, the sunset, the VIP. They haven't really gotten enough deliveries to see the actual performance. So what I'm expecting is, as we approach the end of December, that all of a sudden they'll start to come online a little bit more, and certainly throughout January, you're just going to see this crazy surge in performance, as well as bundled in with the campaign revenue. So I honestly feel like brighter days are ahead, but they're pretty bright at the moment, right? So yeah, I
I,
guess really, I mean, if you were chatting with another e-commerce founder who maybe let's say was considering partnering up with Dynamx, like what is it you would say to them if they were kind of like maybe thinking about us and a couple of other agencies? What would you say is our maybe our best sort of attributes really?
the fact that you do all of the meetings at the like to get set up and like talk through it, because like literally right from the beginning we were like, okay, so here's what we have. Like I had just discovered you can do the like sign up forms and have like the pop-up show up on your website, and the first thing that you had said when we were going through and auditing and everything was like the percent of people who are submitting this form is lower than it could be. You could get it up several points by doing just these few simple things. And it was
Right.
like those are simple, easy things that we can test. And just from that simple change, like it went literally the percent feedback, like what's it called? The percent like engagement rate that you said that we would be able to get to is exactly what it is at right now. So it's like
Yeah.
you have a the way that you explain things, like you, a lot of the other people that we talk to would try to use a lot of jargon to make it sound like they know what they're talking about, and then we'd be like, I don't know what that means, and so they wouldn't want to explain it because it's like we want to sound like we're the expert, whereas like you're willing to spend the time to answer all questions and like not make it feel like we're pressured into doing it. So the advice that I would give to anyone is just give it a try. Like you clearly know what you're doing, and it's enjoyable to work with you. And also, anytime we ask questions or anything, like even if it's random hours, you seem to always be available. So very
Yeah,
helpful.
we do work a lot. Me and the team, to be fair, the team is a global based team though, so we are kind of covered 24/7
Not
in a sense, really. So we are looking to kind of double, triple, even quadruple down on that. Is honestly, we didn't really do that by design. I can't lie, but it's
just
just the way
worked
it's kind
out.
of worked out with the team being so yes. But we hear that feedback a lot where it's now okay. People are really loving that. We do want to have great customer service. We do want to have a lot of support, even while we're sleeping, that there's people there to answer the
Yeah.
call. So that's something that we're actually going to really look at deeply in Q1 26 and see how we can kind of double down on that. Um, I think as well, what I shared with Sophie and then you yourself as well was a little bit of a demo, right? I remember I demoed a couple of brands without
Yeah.
revealing any of their sensitive business data and in terms of real numbers, just what we were allowed to show based upon the NDA. I think that's super, super important, which is kind of like a jargon like buster in a sense, right? Because if you can visually see, hey, this is how this
It
account
works.
arrived to us, this is where it came from, this is what we did, and this is what happened. Here's your account, and based on this audit, here's what I think we should do. It's kind of simple, really. You don't have to, throw out all of these crazy abbreviations and jargon where everyone's just like, it's too salesy, man, and it's a lot of stuff can be hidden underneath all of that. It's often honestly quite simple. And the simpler you can kind of put it across, the easier it is to digest. And then, of course, once the results start to come in, then it all kind of makes sense. So what we honestly are saying to everyone that we're strongly considering making an offer to, or maybe that we have offered to, is honestly at this stage of the game, what we really value is long-term relationships and
Yeah.
case studies. They're super, super important for us. To sell this as a service is honestly not so hard,
Yeah.
but we are really in it for the long haul, and it becomes much easier to sell it if we work with brands that we think there's a really high likelihood that we can come in and at least achieve some semblance of performance. If that's just fixing deliverability, if it's redesigning their flows for slightly higher click rate and maybe a better place to order it, then that's kind of good enough. But when there's so much low hanging fruit like there was in DiFluid. That's what I
Yeah.
said. I was like, I have to have this account. I just know I can do something with it here. It's gonna be good, whether or not it's a short term, a medium term, or a long term project. We know we're going to get some performance. You're going to be happy, and at least no matter what, if we transition it back to you guys in house, or if you hire for that role eventually, we'll be here to support that, and it'll be much better. In terms of how we find it. So that's what we want, honestly. It's something I said a lot on YouTube, but it's like something I really mean. And I'm really happy that you also said that. We can do the done with you service, or we can do the done for you. We prefer the done for you because we want to give you guys back your time to focus on the areas of the
Yeah.
business that need your attention, that you prefer to be focused on without having to learn Klaviyo email marketing inside and out, right? I mean, it's
There's a
good to
lot
know
to.
the basics, right? So no one can pull the wool over your eyes, but there is a lot to know, and there's a lot more kind of coming into the foray in terms of third-party apps and all kinds of things,
Yeah.
really. So the sign-up form, again, I have a YouTube video for this. The how to get them close to like 5 to 10% submission rate is honestly just to keep them as simple as possible, especially that step one, which is what we identified. You guys actually were doing a pretty good job. You were ahead of most brands, to be honest, because you're actively seeking and collecting zero-party data. So that was our primary thing when we recognized that. We were like, oh, we love this. We're data fiends, right? But let's just move that to the second step.
Yeah.
We'll focus on the email capture on step one. Then we'll get the zero-party data and then do the free shipping, I believe, in the success step. So it's all just nice and seamless. They stay on site and hopefully they go and transact. I don't really want them to come back into the inbox, right, and get distracted. I just want them to stay there and spend their money, and then I'll try and make them spend even more money on the back end with some more emails. So with that said, just to end on this, we're also excited about that zero-party data capturing because, again, now that we're starting to really hoover up all of that data,
Yeah.
we have got now a lot of recent data for campaigns. It's going to be super interesting to see how we can actually operationalize that and even go back into the flows with new data points and maybe micro optimize them or add in some more emails as well. There's a lot we can do, which we're going to start to do as well. You're going to see emails that are very tailored specifically based upon whatever custom properties we've identified with that zero-party data. I know that's a mouthful, but basically, if you're here to buy some equipment and it's for this particular roast, or if you're here to buy some ancillary add-ons to that, we're going to know about it and we're going to tailor those emails specifically to you. Just to, honestly, very simply, the reason we do it is to increase the odds slightly that we get a transaction, to make them feel that they're being spoken to based upon their interests. That's the key to starting to have those touch points, which eventually lead to the conversions. So yeah, I'm super big on zero-party data. Honestly, I get pretty nerdy, but for me, it's the next frontier, and it's a way to start to get brand enthusiasts, diehards, loyalists, and eventually, hopefully, sales and VIPs. So yeah, that's going to be getting strategized out across December and hopefully like deployed pretty hard in January. So yeah, super excited about all of that. And
Me too.
honestly, again, just to circle back to the beginning, I really feel like we're just getting started, based purely upon the numbers that I'm seeing in the account at the moment. So for us, honestly, it's just consistency in all caps. That's the key to this, is to just get that rhythm. Try and maintain it. If you can increase it, perfect, amazing. If you can't, okay, do we maybe need to scale it back a little notch? But whatever way we decide to pivot, it's just to be consistent with that and to have those weekly touch points. So yeah, just want to say, man, we've had a blast working with you guys. Honestly, it's super good vibes. I'm really happy the results are there. And yeah, I just want to thank you so much for your time and for sharing that. Hopefully it helps out some fellow e-commerce that are thinking about partnering up with us. So yeah, I'll end the session now, but we'll stay on and we can talk some business as well for December. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Let me just stop this recording.